incredible and real story. Enjoy.
I was 25 when I met Vanessa. She was magnetic, charming, funny, the kind of beautiful that didn't need filters or angles. We met at a mutual friend's rooftop party and talked for hours, tucked away from the crowd like the rest of the world didn't exist. We started dating a week later. Fast, but it felt right. The first 6 months were bliss. Late night drives, Sunday brunches, spontaneous weekend getaways. She made me feel seen in a way no one else had. I'd had girlfriends before, but no one like her. Vanessa didn't just light up a room. She owned it. My friends loved her. My mom called her the one. Looking back, maybe that's why I ignored the red flags. There were little things, like how she always kept her phone face down, or how she'd disappear into the bathroom for 30 minutes to answer emails. How her moods shifted like weather, warm one day, cold the next. But I told myself I was overthinking, paranoid. She said she loved me, and love should come with trust, right? Then, around month 8, she told me she was pregnant. I froze. It wasn't that I didn't want kids someday, just not like this. Not yet, but she was crying, shaking, apologizing, saying she was scared too, that she didn't expect this either, that we'd figure out together. So I stayed. I started working overtime, set up a savings account, rented a 2-bedroom apartment close to her job. I wanted to step up, be responsible, be the man she believed I could be. Except something didn't sit right. One night, about a month into pregnancy, I walked into the bedroom and saw her asleep with her phone still unlocked. Notifications were lighting up the screen. Snapchat, messages from a name I didn't recognize. T. My heart thudded. I know I shouldn't have looked, but I did. Messages, photos, heart emojis. I miss you already. Last night was insane. Can't wait to feel you again. I scrolled in disbelief. Weeks of messages. My hands were shaking. I didn't wake her. I just walked out and sat in my car for hours. The next morning, I confronted her. Calmly. Too calmly. Who's T? Her face drained. She didn't deny it. Didn't even cry. He doesn't matter, she said flatly. It was just sex. Just sex. My stomach turned. I asked the obvious question. Is the baby mine? Her reply? Of course. What kind of question is that? But her eyes didn't match her voice. I told her I wanted a DNA test after the baby was born. Not to be cruel, just to know. She exploded. Accused me of calling her a liar, of not trusting her, of abandoning her in a time of need. She turned the whole thing around like I was the villain for even asking. She stormed out that night, moved back in with her sister, cut contact. For the next 6 months, I didn't hear from her. Then, 2 weeks after the baby was born, I got a text, a photo of a newborn. The caption read, "Meet your son." But when I looked at the photo, something felt off. The baby had curly jet black hair and deep brown eyes. I'm pale with green eyes and straight hair. It wasn't impossible, but it raised more questions. I replied politely, congratulated her, then asked again, "Are we still doing the DNA test?" Silence. I followed up. Again, still no answer. Weeks went by. Then she messaged, "He's yours." End of story. That was it. I reached out to a lawyer, asked what my rights were. I wasn't on the birth certificate. Vanessa hadn't listed me. Legally, I had no responsibilities and no rights without proof. But if she tried to go after me for child support, I'd have to be ready. That's when I decided to take control. I hired a private investigator. Not cheap, not fast, but worth it. In 4 weeks, he came back with everything. Photos of Vanessa meeting T at a bar, holding hands, kissing, carrying a car seat to his truck. They weren't just still seeing each other. They were living together. The baby had his last name. And here's the kicker. Vanessa had already filed for state support and tried to claim I was a father to open a case. That was enough. I took all the documentation, photos, texts, a sworn affidavit from the PI, and filed a preemptive petition with the court to declare non-paternity and protect myself from false claims. We had a hearing 2 weeks later. Vanessa showed up looking smug, holding the baby like a shield. But when my lawyer laid out the evidence, her face changed. The judge ordered a DNA test, immediate and court supervised. 3 weeks later, the results came back. 0% probability of paternity. I felt a rush of relief and rage all at once. Vanessa didn't even apologize, just scoffed, said I was dramatic. But that wasn't the end. See, what Vanessa didn't know is that my lawyer had also uncovered her attempt to fraudulently list me as a father to secure state benefits, a crime in our state. The state pressed charges for attempted paternity fraud. She pled down to avoid jail time, but had to repay every cent, and her name was flagged in the system. As for T, he dumped her shortly after the court case. I guess real life with a newborn wasn't the fantasy she sold him. Last I heard, she moved back in with her sister again, still blaming everyone but herself. As for me, I'm free. No child support, no legal ties, no more lies. I didn't ask for revenge. I asked for truth. But sometimes the truth is the revenge, and I've never slept better in my life. If you have an interesting divorce story, feel free to share it in the comments. Thanks for the like.